Greetings everyone, welcome back for today's match. First of all, I hope you guys enjoyed that Best Out of 3 series. I kinda like to follow some series occasionally, but now I'm gonna hop back into the Korean ladder, and this is gonna be a Korean pros match. It's gonna be a single match obviously, and includes one player, this Terran here, which is a player that I really enjoy watching play, one of my favorite Terrans, but haven't been picked up replays from him for quite a while. There hasn't been that many available. You know what happens with the GSL guys, they're just stuck in the GSL and they don't release that many replays. So when I saw that I had the chance to grab this one, I went for it. And that Korean name translated to English means STRainBOw. So yeah, it is IntoTheRainbow, the old BroodWar veteran, also a very strong Terran player, and he already showed his skill on the GSLs. And he's going to be facing here against this red Protoss, who is PrinceSG, as you guys can see. I already seen, I think, a couple of matches from Prince in the past. He's not like the most solid Protoss ever, but from what I recall from him, he was quite good. And just to make sure he had the skill set to face against Rainbow, I went to check his SC2 rankings, and he's on Master League in Korea with 3,100 points, so pretty respectable result for him. It shows that he's been working and improving on his skills. Also, for him to be able to catch Rainbow on the ladder, it's a sign that he is high enough to show up and face against these top players. So hopefully he's going to be able to withstand the hit and be able to battle against and stand his ground against Rainbow. As you can see, he's just entering the main base from Rainbow. He's going to take a look around, and there's something interesting here on Rainbow's build, and I think it might be a sign he's going to try to do something different, because notice that he still didn't pick up any gas whatsoever, and this might be a sign that he is preparing himself for a fairly fast expo there, getting a command center up. He's still not building anything here, so he might go straight and build it there. I guess we're gonna wait and see. But meanwhile, on Prince's side, he's going gateway into cybernetics core, so a standard opening, and meanwhile a small but epic battle ensues. Probe versus SCV on the Natural Expo, and there goes Rainbow establishing his Natural Expo, a fairly fast one for a Terran player, and getting the command center built there. So what's gonna happen here is that Rainbow probably is committing himself to a fairly long and strong macro game. He's gonna prepare himself to establish his economy and make sure he's going to have what it takes to resist any kind of offensive from Prince later on the mid and late game. For now, there's just a small pursuit ensuing. As you can see, the Marine taking control of the Zelnaga watchtower on Prince's side, which is not good. And now finally the first unit coming out from Prince, a Zealot, heading into that Marine. Marine has to be microed, making sure he's not going to get sliced and diced by that Zealot. And meanwhile, there's a second Marine flanking here from the right side. So I think these two Marines will be able to put up against this Zealot. So let's see what they're going to do. Yeah, Zealot will have to be pulled back. And there comes the Stalker to help out the Zealot. But meanwhile, on Rainbow's base, there's already 3 racks incoming, 2 racks getting built. So this will be 3 racks placed soon enough. And apparently Rainbow is just going for a lot of bio, and notice that there's still no attachments into those racks, so he's gonna go straight Marine for now. Talk about Marine King Prime or Foxer or Boxer or Fake Boxer, whatever you want. I mean, apparently Rainbow might be testing something similar to Marine King's Prime approach to the game, because he's going straight forward for Marines. Look at it, he's just pumping more and more Marines out of those racks, and he might be getting ready to make a big bio ball and try to make a push all the way south and apply the pressure on Prince. Meanwhile, Prince, noticing that his opponent went for that expo, he's doing exactly the same thing. He's establishing a nexus on his Natural Expo and making sure he's gonna have what it takes, at least econ-wise, to keep building, keep resisting the forces from Rainbow. I mean, Rainbow working out of 2 bases, making only Marines, is gonna make a lot of Marines. Really a lot of Marines. So I guess that Prince has to consider his options, and maybe, I'm not sure what kind of mix he's gonna get here on his unit composition, but expanding was a good option, obviously. The only thing I can imagine doing besides that would be to try to go for a really early push, or lots of aggression on his opponent, and see if he would break, but I mean, that's not the case. He's gonna go for the expo. As you can see, the Nexus is already working. Econ-wise, as you can see, Rainbow leading the way for now. Obviously, he's been working out of 2 bases for a little bit longer, and that shows. Also, the mules help boosting a little bit the income, and all of that added up shows that he's leading on the income, though the harvester count is on favor of Prince. So apparently he is gonna be able to balance this econ game and just establish his game against Rainbow. For now, Rainbow going for 5 racks play, so a lot of racks, and the first group of Marines coming all the way down south, probably checking if Prince has what it takes to defend. Nice force field play, trying to contain the movement from those Marines, and all the Marines got pushed back. Nice force field play, but now the problem is this natural expo, as you can see, has this big gaps here and also this one on the back, so it's kinda hard to defend, and there won't be enough force fields for Prince to just keep eternally containing the movements from Rainbow. Nice move here, trying to flank on the right side the forces from Rainbow, and Rainbow now found himself against the wall, so he has on his back several stalkers and sentries, 2 more stalkers in front of him on the natural expo, and now he's trying to breach his way out of this mess. He was just completely surrounded and got all his forces grinded down. Not good here for Rainbow, but still was a first test, a first push. He obviously noticed that things aren't going his way and he's gonna have to muster up his army and try again later on. Meanwhile, as you can see on the production, apparently he's getting even more racks. Oh my god, single tech lab to get the upgrade, so he's gonna get the steam pack. I'm wondering if he's gonna try any kind of timing push, you know, based on the finishing of the steam pack, but he's still pumping more and more Marines. Let's see the army counts for now. Not that far, 61-54, still balanced, and on the unit it's 13 Marines, it's pure Marines for Rainbow. This is kinda awkward, really, feels like I'm watching Marine King Prime playing. Meanwhile, on Prince's side, 4 gateway play here, as you guys can see, and now getting the Twilight Council and the Templar Archive, so I think you're gonna have High Templars. Obviously, they're a magnificent counter to lots of bio play, especially these Marines with the Side Storms. They're gonna be able to grind down huge balls of bio, and hopefully Rainbow might decide to go for something else, because if he's gonna go straight Marine, this might be a bit complicated for him, let's call it like that. I mean, if Prince is gonna reinforce his army with High Templars, this is gonna grind down the Marine balls really fast. Meanwhile, what do we have here? Let's take a look at what are they building. Yeah, this one is just finished, the Templar Archives. I guess you're gonna start seeing, yeah, there it is, Side Storm coming out. He's gonna get some Templar Archives, some High Templars, I'm sorry, out. And now notice how Rainbow is just getting reactors on all of his racks, except for this one, and the one with the Tech Lab that is getting the upgrades, and pumping huge amount of Marines. My god, I think I never even seen that many Marines. If Marine King Prime one day watches this replay or checks my VOD, he's gonna be so happy with Into the Rainbow. Oh my god. Incoming, another big ball of Marines, advancing this time with Steam Pack. Keep in mind that the combat shields are also getting researched, so soon enough you will have the combat shields as well. And he is preparing once again to come all the way down south and take a look at what his opponent is doing, see if he can break him. Meanwhile, here on Prince's side, he has plenty of forces. There it is, the scan. Look at the High Templars getting ready to grind down those forces, so let's see what he's able to do. Picking the left side to enter the Natural Expo, forces from Prince getting placed there. There's 2 very weak Stalkers there that already got shot pretty badly. And incoming all the Marines. Oh, nice Side Storm grinding down a big chunk on that group. Another one, and there's a 3rd group appearing from the right side, but they're all getting grinded down so quickly. This is just not good for the Rainbow. Rainbow losing all his forces to that High Templar play. Brilliant, beautiful move there, brilliant Side Storm usage, and apparently Rainbow won't be able to do anything here as well. The Zealots advance, slicing and dicing, backed up by those Stalkers and Sentries, and with the High Templars grinding down most of the forces, as you guys already seen. But apparently Rainbow isn't pleased with this, and he just keeps streaming more and more Marines down. As you can see, look at that big line, big blue line on the minimap. It's more and more Marines heading south, advancing into this Natural Expo, and apparently Rainbow is just committed to this big Marine play. I'm not sure if he's testing something on the ladder or not, because basically the only thing he did is Marines. Now getting some upgrades for his Marines as well, so trying to make them stronger. And meanwhile, here on Prince's side, he's just getting a lot of reinforcements. Look at this, more gateways coming out, A lot of gateways already established. Some High Templars roaming around, as you can see. I can see 2, 3, 4 High Templars. These High Templars will be able to grind down a lot of Marines, especially if they can catch them on a corner or something like that. So advancing this time, Prince heading towards north, towards the forces from Rainbow, and will be Rainbow able to defend this? Notice that Rainbow is leaving a small force here on the left side. I'm not sure if he's going to prepare any kind of surprise attack. Archon's leading the way, charging ahead, and they're knocking on the door from the natural expo of Rainbow. I guess this is going to be a counter-attack. As you can see on the picture screen, there's counter-attack with Marines incoming south, while huge Psystorm play grinding down all of those Marines and SCVs as well. Now with the Zealots finishing up the job and more reinforcements incoming. It's lots of Zealots actually, backed up by Archons and only a couple of Stalkers. Rainbow keeps streaming more and more Marines out of his barracks, and I guess that eventually we will be able to finish off this assault. Oh, another Psystorm with more High Templars incoming to reinforce the move here. Meanwhile, as you can see on the picture screen, there's a lot of destruction ensuing on the main base from Prince. Lots of Marines grinding down that mineral line and destroying as much as possible. So they're basically trading bases, but the forces on this side from Prince are not as strong. And as you might imagine, Rainbow will be able to reinforce his Marine ball a lot faster than Prince will be able to send forces here. I'm not sure. I think that Prince already placed a pylon there, a forward pylon, to try to bring forces faster to assault. But for now, there's plenty of Marines there, as you can see, pushing also some SCVs out of the line, trying to finish off this small insurgent force that has been assaulting his main base. And apparently Prince will be forced to pull back. There it is, the proxy pylon that was helping reinforcing the Prince's wave of assault. But now I'm just basically gonna lose it, I would say. More Marines coming out. This is so impressive. Rainbow is just playing with Marines only. That's the only thing he's got. And now after this big assault, as you can see, Prince lost a lot of his mineral lines and basically doesn't have any proper income. 16 against 30 harvesters, so almost double the harvesters, and obviously so much more income. So at the moment Rainbow will be able to put up a much bigger army than Prince. Prince needs to probably pull back and try to reinforce his army, try to make sure that he has what it takes to make another push, because this one apparently was thwarted by the big Marine force from Rainbow. Once again, the Archons backed up by Zealots roaming around the Natural Expo and the main base ramp. More incoming, this time already with Zealot legs, as you guys could see there. But meanwhile, as you can see, Rainbow got a Ghost Academy down, and I think he's gonna get some Ghosts into the fray, which is a quite good option against Protoss players, as you might imagine. Those EMP rounds will be able to take all of those shields from the Protoss units and grind them down so fast. Meanwhile, big hurt here. Look at the amount of probes that are left on the main base. There's not much to mine anyway, but still was huge damage. You lost a lot of workers there, and this one also is far from being close to saturated. So I guess that Prince just lost a lot of workers. As you can see, he's still trying to recuperate and recover his harvester count to decent levels. Keep in mind that both players have been playing out of 2 bases for quite a while now. This one is completely exhausted. This one is heading that way, but for now still fine. But notice the amount of SCVs here, and this is an obvious sign that both players need to expand, they need to advance. And now apparently Rainbow is gonna move out with a small group of Marines, and I'm shocked. There's a Marauder there. I'm just completely shocked. Sacrilege by Rainbow. He just didn't made only Marines. This is so awkward. But yeah, he has this small group roaming around, patrolling, making sure that his opponent doesn't have any proxy pylons or any kind of secret base, while the probe advances once again, but gets instantly blasted by those bunkers. So not much going on. And whoa, Prince, instead of building another orbital command, is gonna fly this one that he had on the main base to somewhere else, maybe here, or the rich mineral field. Yeah, it's gonna go there apparently. And meanwhile here on Prince's side, yeah, he's gonna lose this proxy pylon as well. And I'm sorry, I mentioned that Prince was flying this one. It's not, it's Rainbow. My bad. He's destroying the rock, so he's gonna establish it there. I was wondering if he would take the chance and risk going for the rich mineral field, but apparently that's not the case. Who's trying the rich mineral field is Prince. He already has some units here grinding down those destructible rocks, while Rainbow has been roaming around with this small patrol force, trying to take a look at how extended Prince already got, and apparently he's gonna get to the same conclusion as we all. He's playing out of 2 bases for a long time. Meanwhile, Rainbow landing his orbital command and new mining field for him to benefit from. So a good option here. I think he should expand even more, to be honest. There's plenty of racks still pumping all of those Marines. That's basically what he's doing. 48 Marines, now with some Ghosts and a single Marauder. So those Ghosts will be able to help out with the shields, with the EMP rounds, putting down the shields from the Protoss army. Those High Templars making sure that the Terran units won't be able to advance without getting chopped down, grinded down by those Side Storms. Once again, nice one, killing basically half of the force that was advancing, and still keeping the defense on this choke point. It's not easy to pass here, especially with this amount of forces, and Rainbow forced to pull back. His units are really weak, and well, he doesn't have any Manivacs. He just has Marines, Ghosts, and a Marauder for now, from what you can see. Let's take a look at the army count. Now we have a fairly big gap, as you can see, 112 against 85 at the moment. And if we take a look at the army's composition, as you can see, 61 Marines, 4 Ghosts, 1 Marauder. So yeah, he just wants Marines, he doesn't want anything else. And he's gonna try to put down the Nexus from Prince, trying to finish off the attempt of him advancing with another base on the rich mineral field. Lots of Marines trying to get a proper concave. The forces from Prince advancing. Oh, nice Side Storms there, grinding down some of those forces, but there's still a big bulk. Nice Side Storm right on top. Oh, he killed most of it. A small group left, and he has to pull back. My god, Rainbow forced to retreat there. Those Side Storms were just very precise and worked just fine. There's some Ghosts left. He's still trying to save at least one of the Ghosts, and a second wave of Marines advances into this Archon. Archon trying to pull back, trying to get his reinforcements, and apparently he's trying to establish his base here once again. Nexus finally built on the rich mineral field, but how hard it will be to defend this. I mean, he has so many Marines incoming all the time. This is not going to be easy. And Prince is making quite an orthodox, shall I call it, awkward army. It's High Templars with Archons. I mean, it works against Bioballs. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but it's really awkward. He does have some Zealots there with charge. They will help, obviously, but it's basically Archons with High Templars. This is a really awkward army, in my opinion. And he's slowly pulling ahead. He's slowly pulling up, driving the forces from Rainbow out of that area, and at the same time he's pushing them up. He's securing and establishing his base on the rich mineral field. So this will be helping him balance the income. As you can see, he's now ahead, all due to being able to establish this base. But this Nexus is so weak, and once again the Marine Ball advances. Steamed Marines once again facing against the Archon, Zealots, and High Templars. Oh, Side Storm, no, that Side Storm wasn't good, and the EMP round went there and took all of the shields from those units. Very precise EMP round, just making huge damage on those shields. And now all the forces advancing, trying to flank here on the right side, and probably going to try to attempt a move and advance into this natural expo from Prince. Not sure how successful it will be. The forces from Prince are in pursuit, but whoa, all of a sudden they decided to pull back. I guess they're not going to flank on that side. Yes, they are. But apparently Prince is going to go the other way around. Maybe he doesn't want to leave this rich mineral field undefended because he knows how dependent he is on it. Meanwhile, getting more pylons here to block the access. He's going to obviously spot the forces moving, so he needs to come south with his forces and try to finish off this Marine Marauder Ball that has been harassing him. But this is a dangerous move here because Rainbow can reinforce his army quite easily, as you might imagine, making only Marines, and he might send a second group to advance into that Nexus, and if Prince doesn't have any defenses there, well, this is going to be troublesome for him. If that Nexus is really weak, you guys already seen there, if he loses that Nexus, well, it's bye-bye economy. As you can see for now, he's living out of that, trying to get a flank here with the Archons. Nice move, Side Storm and Archons finishing off that ball, and once again advancing, this time a small ball of Marines. Are they going to try to snipe the Nexus? Yes, they are. straight to focus fire on the Nexus, and boom! Oh, nice snipe with the final Marine. Rambo, Steven Seagal and Chuck Norris all in one Marine finished off that Nexus. Beautiful move there by IntoTheRainbow. And now what do we have here? What's the plan? Because the players are stuck on this 3-base play for so long that I'm not sure exactly what their plan is. I mean, they need to expand to actually balance their economy and keep producing, but I should say that this game isn't sorry, I'm an orthodox game at all. This is not like your standard play, because as you guys been seeing, I mean, this is quite awkward. The unit composition for both sides, it's very out of the ordinary. It's straight Marines since the beginning, well, with some ghosts and stuff, but it's basically Marines. And on the Prince's side, as you can see as well, it's Archons and High Templars, and look at them making more and more Archons, and the Archons advance to this Marine ball and try to finish it off as fast as possible. 2 more Archons being morphed, they didn't even got morphed, so no chance there, and the final Archon will have to run away and will get killed. But meanwhile on the bases, as you can see, plenty of gateways here, robotics facility, but well, we didn't see any Colossi play, missing the robotics bay obviously. What else is here? Let me take a look. There's a forge there. That's basically it. I mean, he didn't made any air units, he didn't transition into any high tier units. They're just making quite an awkward game in my modest opinion. Notice as well that Prince has been keeping tabs with that observer, but I mean, okay, he's keeping tabs, good for him, but what about the rest? Because more and more Marines keep coming down and he keeps trying to fend them off. But as you can see, IntoTheRainbow is just pumping more and more. Oh, those ghosts right on the front, not a good idea. Trying to snipe, all of them got killed. He needs to send the Marines and just the ghosts backing it up, but apparently that's not the case. And now we're gonna have another clash on that Salnago watchtower. So many zealots with the charge advancing. Notice how IntoTheRainbow is splitting his forces, trying to avoid those huge psi storms, but still didn't work and got all of his forces ripped and destroyed and completely grinded down. Another small group of Marines advancing, and the Rainbow keeps streaming more and more and more Marines, and this is all that he's been doing the whole match. This is really, really strange for me. And as you saw there, he was trying to micro, once again nice micro, trying to avoid the psi storms from the High Templars, but still losing so many units. Those zealots backed up by the High Templars are doing the job here, but once again advancing with more. Here he comes. Econ wise, as you can see, Prince is once again faltering by a lot, and he cannot maintain his army. He's now pulling a lot of probes to work on that mineral line, trying to take a final chance, because Rainbow has been working out of those 3 bases. The units he's been producing are fairly cheap, and he keeps massing more and more of that bio ball. Well, econ wise, as you can see, Rainbow will be able to reinforce his army so much faster, and Prince has to GG out of this match. Such an awkward match, I'm not sure what to say, to be honest. Very out of the ordinary, and I'm not even used to see a match like this. I think they just arranged something when they were chatting on the beginning, saying, okay, I'm gonna make only Marines and you're gonna make only Zealots and stuff like that. I don't know. It was really awkward, but even more awkward is that Prince has a fairly decent variety of units and had counters to those Marines, as you guys seen, and he still lost the game because, well, basically he didn't expand it properly. He was kind of like starving himself, and only when he got this rich mineral field he was able to recover a bit. Well, this is what we have, I guess. This game was a bit awkward. At least it was different, and still a fairly long game. Hope you guys enjoy it, and see you all later. Have fun.